What if I told you that nearly half of Mexico once belonged to the United States? Or rather, the other way around.
Meet James K. Polk. He became president with one giant goal: expand the U.S. to the Pacific Ocean.
They called it manifest destiny, the belief that America was destined by God to spread across the continent.
But there was a big problem. Texas had just joined the U.S., but nobody could agree on where Texas ended.
The U.S. said the border was the Rio Grande. Mexico said, no way, it's the Nueces River, much further north.
Polk tried to buy the land first. He sent a diplomat, but Mexico refused to even see him. They were insulted. So, Polk sent General Zachary Taylor and his troops right into the disputed territory. He was poking the bear.
Mexican troops saw foreign soldiers on what they considered their soil. Tensions were sky high.
On April 25, 1846, the spark ignited. Mexican cavalry attacked a U.S. patrol. Americans were killed.
Polk rushed to Congress. He famously declared that American blood had been shed on American soil.
Not everyone bought it. A young Abraham Lincoln demanded to see the exact spot where it happened. But the war fever was too strong. Congress declared war. The conflict was on. Thousands of volunteers rushed to sign up. They thought it would be a quick adventure.
The first major battles happened fast. At Palo Alto, U.S. flying artillery devastated the Mexican lines.
The Mexican army fought bravely but had outdated weapons. They were pushed back across the Rio Grande.
Enter Santa Anna. The exiled Mexican leader tricked the U.S., saying he'd end the war if they let him back in.
He lied. As soon as he returned, he took command of the Mexican army to fight the Americans.
General Taylor marched south to Monterrey. It was brutal, house-to-house fighting for 3 days.
The city fell. Taylor granted a truce, which made President Polk furious. He wanted a total victory. While Taylor fought in the south, another army marched west. This war was massive. General Stephen Kearny marched his men across deserts to take New Mexico and California. He captured Santa Fe without firing a single shot. The Mexican governor had fled.
In California, American settlers staged the Bear Flag Revolt, declaring independence from Mexico. The U.S. Navy arrived soon after. California was quickly under American control. Back in Mexico, Santa Anna attacked Taylor's depleted army at Buena Vista. It was 15,000 against 5,000.
Taylor, known as Old Rough and Ready, held the line. Santa Anna retreated overnight. Polk changed strategies. He sent General Winfield Scott to invade from the sea. The target? Mexico City. Scott launched the first major amphibious landing in U.S. history at Veracruz. It was a massive operation.
After a distinct siege, Veracruz surrendered. The path to the capital was now open.
Scott's army marched inland, following the same route Hernán Cortés took centuries before. Fun fact, young officers Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant fought together here, learning the art of war. At Cerro Gordo, Santa Anna tried to block them, but the Americans found a hidden mountain path. They flanked the Mexican army. Santa Anna fled so fast he left his wooden leg behind. By August 1847, the Americans were at the gates of Mexico City. The end was near. The last defense was Chapultepec Castle, a military academy on a hill guarding the city. Young Mexican cadets, Los Niños Héroes, fought to the death. One allegedly wrapped himself in the flag and jumped. The U.S. Marines stormed the walls. This victory is why the Marine hymn mentions the Halls of Montezuma. On September 14th, the U.S. flag flew over the National Palace. Mexico City had fallen. The fighting was effectively over, but the politics of peace took months. In 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed. The terms were harsh for Mexico. Mexico lost 55% of its territory. This included California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and parts of others. Ironically, gold was discovered in California just days before the treaty was signed. Bad timing for Mexico. The war left a scar on U.S.-Mexico relations that lasted for generations. For the U.S., the new land caused a crisis. Would these new states be slave or free? The Civil War was brewing.
The Mexican-American War turned the U.S. into a continental power, stretching from sea to shining sea.
It was a war of conquest that changed the map of the world forever.
Did you know about this land grab? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more history stories.